Congratulations once again goes out to Derek Lunsford. He is your 2023 Mr. Olympia champion. Not only that, but he's the only man in history to win both 212 and open class. So prestige all over the place. Not taking anything away from this guy. But it still lingers in my mind. The fact that Nick Walker was not competing. Nick Walker... And I'm not just jumping on the Nick Walker bandwagon now because he wasn't there. He wasn't there. Fact is, I did predict Nick Walker to win this Olympia. So if Nick Walker was there, would he have defeated Derek Lunsford? Well, we'll never know. We will never know what type of package Nick Walker would have brought. But here at Mark's Max Muscle, we figured we'd set up a little comparison using last year's Nick Walker. And dare I say, he would have been improved from this. Maybe. We don't know. Derek Lunsford, he looked incredible. Was he better? He was better in a lot of aspects than last year. But in my opinion, his overall package, he had a vacuum. Looks good here. Sure. Looks great. Especially compared to Nick Walker. But when he wasn't holding the vacuum, I was not pleased with what I seen. In my opinion, that is, there was some midsection issues with Derek Lunsford. And I also noticed there was some swelling underneath of his armpits on his lats. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that was, but it was not just exclusive to my eyesight. I noticed a lot of people commenting on that. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Hey, he's the Olympia champion now. He is under the fine microscope. But overall, I mean, yes, his back, things of that nature, as we will see, they did improve. Front double, hey, I'd go with Nick Walker. No, he doesn't have the V-taper, even the lats, but like I said, might have been some issues there, but he does have better wheels. And I think they would have been improved. That's one thing, maybe the separation in Derek's wheels last year were better. And arms, I mean, even the truest Derek Lunsford fans... And even you Nick Walker haters could admit Nick Walker's destroying Derek in the arm department. Front lat spread is actually closer than I thought. Not the best shot for Derek, and absolutely not the best shot for Nick Walker, with all due respect. Not every bodybuilder is going to be able to strike every pose perfectly, and the front lat spread is definitely proof of that with both of these guys. But having said that, yes, of course, Derek Lunsford absolutely winning the shot overall. It's the midsection. It's just a little bit too much. But keep in mind, guys, I noticed the wheels, and Derek, I think he would have lost to Nick Walker in that aspect. But still, Derek getting the shot. Turn to the side here. Side chest development. Now, this is one shot, aside from the casus belli, aside from the midsection. Aside from the midsection, Derek did improve the side shots, both of them. He's huge. He's massive. Lower half does appear to be as hard and grainy as Nick Walker, but the upper body doesn't. Nick seems to be that more dense type of muscle, that Sean Clarita type hard packed muscle. But look at that lower half of Derek and that great big man's chest. You know I like that. You know I like that in a side chest. But I mean, muscle for muscle. Nick Walker is your muscle for hire. I mean, look at the delts. Chest seems to be harder, grainier. Doesn't seem to be bigger, though. Look at Derek's great big man's manly. Huge, huge. So close, I'd probably go with Nick because of the overall balance of the conditioning. But I'm up in the air about this one. Side tricep, also close, but I think it's down to the midsection. And believe it or not, it is going in the favor of Nick Walker. He's got a better midsection. He's got a better abs. From the front, obviously nobody's going to be as narrow in the midsection as Derek Lunsford. But from the side, Nick Walker's never had a gut. He's never been soft in the gut. He's always kept them abs strided. Derek Lunsford does not reflect that remark or resemble that remark. However, everything else here, every inch of Derek Lunsford looks incredible. Sounds like I'm being mean to this guy, but he won the Olympia title, and I just feel for Nick. I feel that at least he should have got a chance. Should have got a chance to, win poses like this one. But the This could be a Derek Lunsford game. Could be lights out. In the back, Lat Spread. And I sized these guys using the Olympia pictures. Nick wasn't as wide. He looked very dense, very separated. Traps are good. But he just did not look as wide as Derek. Derek's a little freak, a freak of nature. Now, Nick Walker, he has some Clydesdale wheels. Look at those hamstrings. I think it matches the lower half of this razor-sharp Derek Lunsford. Those glutes could not get any tighter. Now, there was a few comments I seen on the bumps on the hips of Derek Lunsford. And I noticed Hunter Labrada had those last year, and I'm not getting all weird about this, but I will say it's not aesthetically pleasing. Doesn't help Derek. Rear double by, both arms Louis. You'll never get this chance again. Nick Walker will get this chance again next year. It's going to make for an even better Olympia. Now here you can see where Nick Walker does do battle in the back. I'm not saying he's defeating Derek, but you can see the lower half. I think Nick is a little bit more impressive. Hamstrings, not the glutes, but hamstrings matter, calves matter, things of that nature. Now back for back, I do like Nick. His arms are better, I would suggest. And the back itself, Derek's so wide. He is so wide. Like I said, he's a little animal. He's a little freak of nature. But when it comes to freaks, nobody has the peaky, freaky biceps and peaky delts. Look at the peaky delts. When you lean back too far, like Derek, it kind of creates not the peaky, freaky delts kind of a line. So close, guys. Coming out of both back shots, probably give an edge to Derek because it's close in the rear double, and I would have given him the rear lat. Abs and thigh and treachery is amongst us. If you are going to be a stickler and require an abs and thigh pose, I'd almost go for Nick because, like I said, the first thing I noticed with Derek was his soft midsection. Little bit of, you could take one of those finger pointers and touch the little softness there, I guarantee it. But he was hitting a vacuum pose. And here at Mark's Max Muscle, I know it, kind of hypocritical, but I kind of agree with letting them hit a vacuum shot. Without this vacuum pose, he'd have been in trouble. Phil Heath said that vacuum pose was his best friend. And here is one shot where you can notice the swelling in the armpits of Derek. And it's, see, like I said, it seems like we're picking him apart, but he's the Olympia champion now. We have to. And Nick Walker didn't get a chance to at least lose. So it's only fair, here's the most muscular, it's only fair to give Nick Walker, at least on my little channel, time to shine and time to say that yes, he would have in fact defeated Derek Lunsford in a lot of these shots. I made Derek a little bit taller than Nick Walker here because he's going straight-legged. Nick Walker's bending at the knees. Nick's a little bit taller, but, you know, with the leg placement, Derek's very wide, but he's nowhere near as hard, nowhere near as grainy. And if your argument is the midsection, hey, what do you want? Ripped abs with a genetically wide waist or the genetically, you know, Brian Buchanan type waistline with a little bit of flab? And here's the last shot and the last say on it, guys. I was not impressed with the wheel development. The improvements, that is, of Derek Lunsford could have been because his upper body was a lot bigger. Made his legs look a little smaller. I think Nick Walker, judging by the Instagram pictures, and I know we can't do that, you're better off going by his last stage. And obviously he competed after this at the Arnold's Classics. But I think he would have been ready for this year's Olympia like he was last year, and he was huge, he was a beast, he was a freak, and it's up in the air. In my opinion, using these, you know, these two versions, using pictures, keep that in mind, guys. I guess I have Nick Walker winning by a point or two, but that is taking into consideration that when it was close, I was forced to side for one guy or the other. It was actually close in most of the poses that Nick Walker was winning. So if you take that into consideration, I guess Derek would probably be your more popular decision for a winner. I just think that Nick, his abs versus Derek's little bit of softness. It's not the softer side of bodybuilding, but for the Olympia champion, I think that is the probably softest to touch midsection that they've had since probably Larry Scott. I mean, Coleman's midsection was a little bit bigger a couple of years, but I don't think it was soft to the touch. I think Lunsford's is, soft to the touch. Shouldn't be. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. We need sculpted abs for the Mr. O. Who do you think's winning? Definitely, like I said, guys, point for point, pose for pose, I would give it to Walker, but it seems to me at least 3 of the poses he's winning could go either way. And the ones that Derek's winning, I think he's winning pretty substantially. Hit thumbs up on the video. Subscribe, guys. And it's bodybuilding. It's just an opinion. It's my opinion. And I would absolutely love to hear your guys's in the comment section below. Have a great one.